Showtime, prime time.
It's XL Prime Time, featuring Joe C.
And then he couldn't fire his glutes later.
Matt Hayes.
His balls are different in person.
And Leon Searcy.
So they were smelling themselves.
Oh, my gosh.
With no deal.
How you like me now? How you like me now?
That's what that front office and coaching staff is saying right now about your Jacksonville Jaguars. How do you like me now? Another year in the building and another year of build in the offseason. Welcome into XL Primetime. We will see what it turns into, but it's worth a good look as far as what this team did a year ago with free agents and draft picks stepping into starters' roles and what they're trying to do now as far as fortify and fill out the roster to where it can go on the road deep in the season and win some meaningful football games.
So you think they were it's how you like me now? I was thinking you were talking about Leon. Now they're smelling themselves.
Yeah, they might be.
Me too. I thought that was going
That's where I thought you were headed because I'm in that boat with you.
Yeah, they might. Like I'm thinking, like right now they got to feel pretty good about themselves because they said they love what they did. Well, of course they love what they did. They did it.
Well, they're not going to say we sucked at it.
Right, exactly. They love it because they did it.
Right.
But I do get what you guys are saying. Maybe they smelling themselves a little bit after 13-4. But I'm trying to look at it logically, of course, with a little optimistic eye.
Little teal and black pom-poms that you use every once in a while. Every once in a while, it's all.
Yeah, it's not like pom, but it is a little teal and black. I will admit to that.
It's called off-season optimism, bro.
Yes.
I do
Embrace
love
it.
the videos
Embrace
from
it.
the war room after a draft pick when everyone's
All war rooms.
high-fiving and
war
going
rooms.
crazy. I've never once seen anyone not
First of all,
celebrating a draft pick
first
in a
of all,
war room.
they don't love us like that. Let me just put that out there. They don't love us like
So
that.
you're telling me that you didn't see Sean McVay slam his playbook down when Les Snead drafted Ty Simpson, is what you're saying. They may have even gotten up and high-fived after that.
No, I didn't. We didn't see Liam Cohen saying, "Bring the pick up."
Yeah. All I know is all right, I'll give you an example. All right, and you guys are more than welcome to keep the conversation going as far as the draft is concerned. It's what's on the mind of all of Duval because you went through what was a great season, making the playoffs, a 13-win club, flipping the script from 4-13 to 13-4. And then I think really so many Jaguar fans had to be fired up about what this whole thing was going to look like because free agency was a blip on the radar. They signed a dude. That was it. And then they brought in, or not brought in, but restructured contracts to keep guys here. And so now you're saying, all right, well, they're not going to do a bunch of free agency. That means they're going to kick butt in the draft. And then it didn't look like what most people thought it would look like. I'm being honest as I can be. They did. Anyone who says the tight end was obvious, no way. Okay? No flipping way. All right?
Run blocking tight end.
Yeah, especially a blocking tight end. You might be looking at what they want to do in terms of the first night and fortify your run game by going and getting that big man that can be a bully at the line of scrimmage and still get out in the pattern and catch footballs. All about it. I love the idea of it. But I did not see tight end at the top of the sheet. Okay?
There may or may not be a few people
I did not see it at the top of the sheet.
close to this building who believe that tight end was obvious.
Yeah, I don't know. But I'm just saying I didn't. And so when you're looking
Well, we talked about tight end.
Oh,
they were definitely going to get a couple, right?
Yeah.
But the first pick,
Yeah. I
the
feel like
56.
our mocks, almost all of our mocks included a tight end at some point. And it would have been any number of guys that we brought up and we went through the mocks and we looked at them and did whatever, formed an opinion on which guys could do what. But then two tight ends also shock you.
So here's the thing with this. I honestly believe it, and I really in my soul I believe this. If Pregnon and Birch were flipped, I think people would say, "Oh, that's a pretty good draft." They got a guy that should have been a first round pick, a guard, came back and got a tight end in the third round. The defensive tackle, we'll see. That's also a reach, but whatever, we'll see about that. All right. I just think people would feel
the next
much
Aaron
better.
Donald. Just be careful.
Would feel much better if it was Pregnon as the first pick at 56. Now, here's another thing.
Yeah.
I also believe this: if it was Eli Stowers the pick at 56.
Yeah.
Then
'Cause
I
he
think,
went earlier, didn't he?
yeah, he went like 3 picks.
Yeah,
early.
3 picks.
Then I
earlier.
think people would have said, okay, all right, now I get it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because not positionally, but from a
Weapon.
Yeah, from a playmaking
legit
point of view.
weapon,
Yeah,
yes.
from a playmaking point of view, a little sexier is what you're saying. Yeah,
Right. Whereas the Kurtz, Kurtz got a little developing to do. And I'm just not sure at 56 you take somebody who needs to develop.
We're gonna go with the Coes and you're gonna go with the Kirch.
I don't know. Whatever.
All right, we'll figure it out.
Sort of like.
but-
Yeah, that guy.
Oh, row your boat gently down the stream. All right. Well, listen. I like the
Can't a
idea.
guy like Mason Smith just be good? Is it that too much to ask?
Well, that was the last regime, and they got rid of him. And I give him a lot of credit for that. It's so funny. We rip on him. They got rid of the guy that we thought stunk because they also thought the same thing. That's what they did.
They did. You got to give him credit for that.
Yeah. And so they just said, well, this ain't
They
working.
pulled the plug on that. You got to give him credit for that.
This ain't working. And let's move on from it. Now, they went and got another guy who was even drafted higher, and the other team gave up on him as well. So we'll see where it goes with Ororo. But you're trying to look at a football team that, when everything is all said and done, have they gotten better roster-wise? Well, I just want to take you guys back, and we'll do this exercise over the course of maybe the rest of the week. Over the last several seasons, and this is Trent Baalke for the last 2 or 3 years of his reign, and then the first year of Jimmy Gladstone's taking over the front office. What did they have to do? In large part, they had to sign free agents to basically assume starter spots. They looked at it and said, gosh, we got a hole here, we got a hole here, we got a hole here, and we're going to go out and we're going to sign Shaq Griffin, Ronald Darby, Mitch Morris, Eric Armstead. You guys know what I'm talking about. And they were immediately viewed as free agent signings that will come in and win starters positions. Well, this year they didn't do that because they got better, because Eric Murray and Jordan Lewis became starters last year. Pat McCary, love him or hate him or think he's too expensive or too often injured, he still was a plug-and-play starter as a free agent signing. And now they're looking at like, we have done enough where we feel like we've got guys that are our guys.
It's the first time for a long time that this organization didn't just go dump in the free agency pool and pull a bunch of big contracts out to replace the fact that they didn't draft well. So this regime has done their development, has done their due diligence where they feel comfortable with their roster by not going into free agency now. So they figure that in the draft that we'll improve upon our position groupings by drafting certain guys to kind of add depth. Because to be honest with you, these top 100 players, who's going to start? And they have to start, but who's going to start?
Right, of them.
Zero.
Zilch.
Yeah, and so that you can easily make that
that was my biggest problem.
a huge criticism.
Yeah, that was my biggest problem of all.
But I guess I'm just trying to flip it a little bit, just kind of advance the story just a little bit more, because if you have done a decent job, and it looks like based on the record and the playoff appearance that they've done a better job than most expected, and now are you fortifying and filling in holes without being desperate?
Yeah. Well, let me just tell you this. I was on a thread with a couple, I won't say their names, a couple of Jaguar legends that were not happy. Anthony Hill Jr. is the
he was right there on the board.
Yeah, that was the sentiment for all the guys. Like, why would we draft a tight end when you had this guy sitting right here?
Right.
And then they showed all the highlights of this guy, and I'm saying to myself, wow.
That's a good point. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm saying that's good points. And guess who gets them? The Tennessee Titans.
Yeah. And when you felt like that was one of the biggest, A, a loss in Devin Lloyd, and B, one of the biggest concerns, which is get to the quarterback.
Yeah.
And a guy that could be from an off-the-ball linebacker position, be and have an instant impact.
Impact at linebacker and impact getting after the quarterback.
Yeah, he graded pretty high in a lot of different areas. And all right, we always do this, but that will be one of the guys that I keep an eye on.
Yeah, for sure.
Can't help it. Because he's the guy that, as you just said, a couple picks later, 3 picks later, you're looking at him, you're like, and he goes to the arch rival. So, yeah, you're going to pay attention.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right, so let's look at depth chart. Let's look at starter spots that are secure, and then where others can be basically plugged in based on what they did. And if it's a 2-year build, with the free agents that they had last year, with the draft choices that they had last year that could be stepping in and making a pitch for serious playing time, like a Caleb Ransaw, like a Wyatt Milam, then we'll find out whether the Jimmy Gladstone's led Jacksonville Jaguar franchise is going to be so much better than what we've seen before.
I mean, it's absolutely critical.
Yeah.
That someone in these last two drafts makes a legit move. Someone outside of Travis Hunter, the unicorn that's no longer the unicorn.
Yeah.
That someone literally, you say, okay, now I see why you drafted Wyatt Milam. Now I see why you drafted Ransel. I get it. They were injured. Okay?
Right.
But this is now.
Yeah, you can't help it. And you've said goodbye, just for what it's worth, you've said goodbye to the Lloyds and ETNs. Those were the two top free agent.
Two very productive guys.
Right. The two top free agent deals that left here to go somewhere else that this team basically couldn't afford, didn't want to throw that type of money at them. What was that offer that you said a team will give you when they don't expect you to take it? Well, how did you describe that, Leon?
Like a pity offer?
Yeah, the pity offer. You always get the pity offer.
You know what else, too? I was thinking about this. Let's be honest about this, all right? They gave Van Lanen a contract. They knew they were going to have to make a decision on ETN and Lloyd, who was having an all-pro season.
Yeah.
And ETN, who was having his best season.
Yeah.
They chose to give Van Lanen a contract.
Right. And then if you add to that the Trayvon Walker decision, that's committing a lot of cash to a guy. And Cole Van Lanen had been that rising player.
Yeah.
Trayvon was okay. Is he still?
Yes.
Our
I guess my
future?
point is they made it a decision. It wasn't like, oh, well, there's nothing we can do. There was something they could do. They made a decision.
Yeah.
They chose one player or two players over the other two.
Well, and add to it, okay, they gave Cole a contract. Trayvon, of course, with the extension. But they gave Buster Brown a contract.
Yeah.
Dennis Gardeck, they figured out a way to bring him back. And they said goodbye to Diami. That was it was just a bad play. It didn't work. I'm still wrong.
Luckily, it was only a year.
Yeah, exactly. It was a 1-year, $10 million deal. And I was wrong about that one, that's for sure. And then they said goodbye to Greg Newsome. They took a flyer on him and then just said goodbye. Manny Agba, goodbye. You can go down the line.
Manny Agba. What a waste of $9 million that was.
I don't think it was that much.
Are you? I thought it was.
I'd have to go back and look. I didn't think it was that. That seems a little pricey.
Find out how much that was. My God.
Yeah,
that was the worst of all.
It was nowhere near that amount of money. I would go with the.
Well, it was 1.2.
Oh, 1.2. Then I'm thinking someone else.
It was just such a flyer.
So that's nothing then.
Yeah, it was a flyer signing.
Yeah.
The worst would have been
3.2, but guaranteed 1 point.
The 10 for Diami was the worst.
Yeah, the 10 for Diami. That's the one.
But luckily, that was a 1-year deal. It's not hurting them now.
Yeah, and so you say goodbye to those guys, and now you feel like you fortified this bad boy to where a lot of the starters' positions are on lock, or at the very least, in a much better situation.
Yes, I mean, to be fair to those guys now, though, it's what you do. It's how you run a team. You take chances.
I believe
there's no doubt about it. You take chances, and you hope it works, and if it doesn't, you suck it up, you say we made a mistake, and you move on.
And then when you get Golden, Jacoby Myers, you know, like you might have signed Diami Brown, and that didn't work out. But in the middle of the season, you got a better guy.
They didn't try and hide behind the Diami that we that's all we can do. No, they went and did something else. Exactly.
Yeah, and Van Lanen started to develop, so you sign him. You know, you got a little momentum. You win 13 games, and then Kirch comes along.
Yeah. Well, look, you could applaud a heck
big
of
Kirch.
Yeah. Well, look at what they did. Come on. All right.
Is that what we're called? We do need to come up with a nickname. Kirch.
Special K.
I like that.
Special K. But it begins with a B.
It's the
Doesn't matter.
Kircher, though.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. No.
It doesn't make sense.
I'm going to
Special K
call him
doesn't
Big
make
Bo Squared.
The BK King.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bocature.
BK.
Yeah.
BK is pretty good.
Okay. All right. We'll see where it goes.
I mean, like the actual beat, like the Burger King guy.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
The BK.
Oh, British Knights.
What is
I used to be a clothing line back in the day.
British Knights?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Not,
You know, I
don't
actually-
know anything about that.
Look
You know
it
what
up.
I'm going to do? I'm going to what's the word?
Get your
here?
guy to work on it. Your logo guy.
Well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to reinvent or reignite Club Nate.
Oh,
That's what I'm going with.
Club
Oh.
BK.
Yeah. No, Club Nate.
Club
It's
Nate.
Nate Borkshire, so I'm going with Club Nate.
I like it.
All right.
Like it.
And I can't
Club
work with
Nate's
B.
not bad, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, I do remember the British Knight shoes.
There
Yeah.
you go.
I didn't know that that's what the BK
They're
stood
still
Yeah,
around,
British
aren't they? Aren't
Knights,
the British
yeah.
Knights shoes still
I'm
around?
not sure.
I can picture them now now you're
Yeah.
getting that memory bank
I used to have
working.
the jacket, the shoes. I used
Yeah.
to be fly back in the day.
All right. So Keep it going with the draft. 641-1010. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. How many starting spots are solid and secure and you feel good about? How many of these guys that you watched this team draft Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday are going to be impact guys? We can keep it going right there on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. 641-1010, or jump in the YouTube chat.
XL Primetime, driven by Big Number 1 Duval Ford, the #1 place to buy your next vehicle. 1010XL is your hometown team.
Everything's a challenge. Through adversity to the stars. From the last minute to the last man, we fight. We fight. We fight. We fight. We fight. We fight.
1010XL, where sports fans get together.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking mumbo-jumbo. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices. I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from high heels to wagon wheels. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Beat the spring cleaning rush and call Zero Res. Hicken here. This is the perfect time to clean those air ducts as you deal with allergy season, furnace and AC efficiency, post-winter, and more. Your air ducts are like the lungs of your home. If they're dirty, your indoor air suffers. Just check out the more than 8,000 Google reviews with a 4.9 rating. This month, take 20% off your whole home air duct cleaning. Pay less for more fresh. Call 287-5727 or go online at ZeroResJacksonville.com and ask for the 1010XL special.
Roll through the off-season with AA Automotive on Richard Street. Who are new shining faces in teal? Listen for draft profiles to get to know the newest members of your home team. Elevated by Premier Outdoor Inc., a visionary of hardscapes and aquatics.
You may not be able to control the air you breathe on the outside, but you certainly can on the inside of your home. Just call Florida Home AC and ask about the Remy Halo. It's the next generation of air quality technology. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC.
It's time to take your season to the next level when the Jaguars return to the bank in 2026. Become a season ticket member and unlock exclusive access to ticketed events, members-only experiences, NFL membership club perks, and more. Availability is limited due to in-bowl renovations, so don't wait. Call 904-633-2000 or visit Jaguars.com/season tickets to secure your spot at the center of the action. We'll see you at the bank this fall.
Hey Jacksonville, this is Dr. George Bari. Bari Orthopedics is your choice when it comes to an injury. We're here for you and your loved ones to deliver excellent treatment and care fast the first time. Trust your care in our hands. Get same-day appointments for your injuries with 3 locations. If it hurts, ask us first. Bari Orthopedics.
Be sure and check out the expertise from Dr. George Bari and the entire staff at BariOrthopedics.com. That's BAHRI Orthopedics.com.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. One of the biggest changes we've seen in fine jewelry over the last 25 years has been the growth of jewelry designers. At Underwoods, we're the leader, bringing to North Florida the best names in designer jewelry. In fact, we carry designer lines in a similar way to how clothing stores carry designer labels. The difference is that jewelry designers have to be a little more timeless in their presentations because nobody wants to buy a fine piece of jewelry only to find out the next year it's gone out of style. That's why you'll find at Underwoods the best of the jewelry designer names, those that are tried and true and popular. Names like David Yerman, Roberto Coin, John Hardy, Marco Bichigo, Jude Francis, Lagos, Hippolyta, and a lot more are all available right now at Underwoods. So if you want the best looks in designer jewelry, stop by Underwoods. San Marco, Avondale, or the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Yeah, I know how awful it is to get injured, but not like my friend Tom who got rear-ended last year. Tom McManus here. Morgan & Morgan can help you. They're the largest personal injury law firm in the nation. 1,000 lawyers, 100 offices across the nation, and over $30 billion recovered. And guess what? They don't get a single penny unless you do. A proven track record with backup. Hard to find these days, but not with Morgan & Morgan. For the people, that's right. Get injured due to someone's neglect, get paid. Dial pound law or check out forthepeople.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's team time, Farah doesn't flinch.
You won't break my soul. You won't break my soul. You won't break my soul.
This is XL Primetime. Brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Now, don't give it away right now. I'm looking straight at Matt Hayes. Do not give it away right now. We have a special playlist theme today.
I'm dying to give it away.
Do not do it. Special playlist theme. You have to stick around for the whole show. And hopefully, when we sign off, JJ will unveil it. Okay?
Why are we doing that?
Anything that has the B
We
in
got to
it.
do it before the very end of the show because we have to talk about it.
Right. I think we should talk about it now.
No.
That way we can talk about every song as it comes on.
I agree with that.
No.
Yes.
I want just a little mystery and intrigue for the listeners to play along.
The hell with mystery and intrigue? Let's laugh.
I know. I'm not familiar with this Beyonce song.
I am.
Okay.
All right, give it to us, sir.
Leon's part of the Beehive.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm not part of the Beehive. I just like the looks.
Let's just tell everyone. Just listen to all these songs closely.
exactly.
Listen to the lyrics.
Thank you.
And we'll reveal.
This is Break My Soul.
You won't break my soul.
Break My Soul. Okay. Mental note.
And so think about it. We'll have fun with it today. 641-1010.
No doubt. No doubt.
You cannot make any requests. We already have the playlist in place. Okay.
It's going to be very hard for me. You know it is, right?
I know it is. I'm just trying to
slyly say something.
Yeah. And so I have to rein you in. And these, I knew exactly where you were headed. All right. So post draft, talking about how many new players will make immediate impact, that type of stuff. And I just want to compare it to what we had a season ago when this group came in. Now, I'm looking at, and there's so many different places you can go for depth charts, but they do a good job just in terms of kind of giving you an idea of when they completed the draft last year, who they were viewing as potential starters to step in. And this could have come obviously from the free agent ranks or from the draft.
Who this team was?
Yeah.
Okay.
So a season ago, if you were going to go three wide, you had Brian Thomas Jr., Travis Hunter, and De'Ami Brown. Okay? That's who they had.
I thought it was going to be the unicorn.
Travis Hunter.
Oh, okay. You said Travis Hunter. Okay.
Yeah. So Brian Thomas Jr., De'Ami Brown, and Travis Hunter.
I just hear the unicorn. So when you say Travis Hunter, I always think unicorn because that's what they said he was going to be.
Yeah. But at that
the unicorn, the guy who was going to change the way football is played in the NFL.
Like the forward pass.
Remember that? He was going to change the way football is played.
Exactly like the forward pass.
Otani of football.
Remember?
Yeah,
remember the unicorn? All right.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
All right.
And so you had BTJ.
He's going to play both ways. Remember that?
Yes, I do. And he's still going to play
a lot
both
of plays, both ways.
He's still going to do it. You can
change football.
Oh my gosh. They're selling.
We're now 1 year removed, and no longer he's changing football. He's just got to be a really good corner.
Well, he got injured.
Okay. What does that have anything to do with him changing football?
He got out leveraged, okay? Because they won without him.
Yeah.
He got to deal with it.
Hey,
you're playing corner in the story.
Yeah. Got to stay on one thing the whole time.
You want to continue
hang on. Again, what does that have anything to do with him changing football?
Yeah. Again.
It's only 11 months later.
Look, I'm looking forward to what the product is going forward. Okay.
I don't get paid enough to answer those kind of questions. You got to ask them.
I'm just throwing that into the ether. Okay, that's all I'm doing.
Four times, but that's fine. So you had BTJ.
You better relax, or I'm going to let the secret out. All right.
I know. So BTJ, De'Ami, Travis Hunter. That was your three wide starting wide receivers based on what they did in the draft and, of course, with free agency last year. Pat McCary plugged in. So right now you had De'Ami, Travis Hunter, and McCary all plugged in. And basically you were coming into the Brenton Strange era. And so you'd have to name him another starter that was stepping up.
Yeah.
Okay. Because he was a drafted player, obviously. And so you had four on that side of the football that basically were coming in and expected to be impact players immediately, either being signed or being drafted.
Or that they needed to be. They needed them to be the impact players.
Right.
Yeah.
And in the case of Brenton Strange, he was developing, and that's what they were hoping for.
Yes.
And so, because they had said goodbye to the Kirks, the Ingrams of the world, and that's where these other guys were stepping in. And so then on the other side of the football, you really didn't have much of a change as far as the starting four on the defensive front. But then behind that, you had the battle between Devin Lloyd and Ventrell Miller. You're going to find out which of those cats was going to be able to hang on to that spot. Not a whole lot else was changing in the linebacking core, not necessarily.
Well, you had Armstead moving inside.
Yes. Oh,
that was a difference.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but it still was the same starting four. But yes, you're correct there. And
because Balky made him play outside.
Of course he did.
And the lead guitarist made him put on weight too, I'm sure.
I picture 91 out on the edge, So Jarian was stepping in, Eric Murray was stepping in, Jordan Lewis was stepping in, and
what a colossal screw up that entire
which one?
The season before.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then Tyson Campbell was there, and he was
That's a great
soon to be dispatched. And so they did a lot of things. Now, if you take a look at the depth chart right now, Leon, how many of newbies will you see in starters roles based on what has happened either in the free agency period, which included one signing,
newbies? Okay.
And based on what they've done through the draft.
Based on the last two drafts.
Yeah.
Last two or just
last
this draft?
two?
Well, as it's currently constructed, you can use the last draft, of course.
Okay. All right. Well, let me see. You got Tootin. Tootin at running back. He's got to carry the load. 1,300 yards. 1,300 all-purpose.
So that'll be a brand new starter. But yes, over the last couple of years.
You're hoping. What about Ranshaw?
Yeah, Ranshaw is expected to be.
Is he going to compete at safety?
Yeah.
Because initially,
if he's healthy.
Yeah, if he's healthy. That's initially what they he's a DB, but they were going to convert him to safety. So I mean, he's got to compete for that. Why? Milam's got to compete.
Yes.
For a position at guard.
I'm going to put him in there just as far as the
and now
potential.
whether he wins it or not, whether he wins it or not, you would like to see him and Emmanuel win those positions.
Okay, so let me stop you right there.
Yeah.
Let me stop you right there. Let's just say Milam and Pregnon win those jobs. What do you do with all that money? Sit on the bench?
Well,
who you talking about?
McCarry's money?
McCarry?
And Cleveland.
Well, either one of them, he's only going to win one of those jobs, and maybe Pregnon will do something soon. I have no idea.
No, I'm saying, what if they both win those jobs? What if Milam wins one and Pregnon wins one?
Well, if you feel like you have enough quality backups, you cut one of them loose. Now, the money for McCarry is too expensive. There's just too much dead cap money to do that.
Yeah, he'll be here.
Yeah, he'll be here. He's a $12 million guy, I believe, with a $10 million dead cap. What's
Cleveland's dead cap?
I have to look it up, but it's not that penalizing compared to. All right, let me grab this right here. So you got right now.
I was just throwing that out there because I think I get it. You want as many options as you can on the offensive line, but both those guys are legit like mean dudes. And if both those guys somehow win a job, then you got a decision.
But let's
7.5 is dead cap for Cleveland this year.
Okay. So 7.5 for him, and then McCarry is in that 11 range, right? I believe that's what it is.
I don't know what it is, but I know he ain't getting cut.
Yeah, dead cap, and he's not going anywhere. 11.6 is what it would be. But when you say they're mean guys, let's just give Ezra a little credit for what he did last year, okay? This was a team that was 100%. Let's give him some credit for what he did last year. Maybe the most reliable guy on that offense.
He had a hell of a training camp too.
Yeah, he did, and
stay healthy.
Yes, took that into the season.
Available. Yeah,
don't dismiss what Ezra did.
I'm not dismissing. Yeah. I'm just throwing out an option. That's all.
Right.
What if that happens?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of what ifs.
Two young guys who get in there and are ready to go.
Right.
And they want to win jobs, and they win jobs. Then what?
They have proven that they ain't afraid to say goodbye to guys. All right. And so they'll either move them or clip them. One of the two. But back to what we're talking about, there are only so many guys right now that are going to steal spots from the guys that are currently in there, either from the free agent signing class last year, from the draft class, or guys that they made better because the coaching staff is now in place. Antonio Johnson would be one of those dudes. Buster Brown would be one of those dudes. Those guys have an opportunity to step in and step up, and they're going to be counted on to step in and step up. And then you can go down the line as far as the safety goes. Is Ransall going to be plugged in? Well, he's going to be battling Antonio Johnson, and we will find out how it goes.
What are we going to get from Kaiser? I mean, fourth round pick is still expected to do something.
I think we know what we're going to get.
Special teams? That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the here and now.
For the here and now, okay.
And
but you're a fourth rounder now.
Yes.
You're a fourth rounder, 107th pick. You're just right outside the top 100.
I view him as a backup to Foye to challenge for that starter's role the following year. Okay. That's how I view it.
That's fair.
And because Foye is just so valuable, and he comes at a cost, but I just think that they love the leadership that he's displayed, manning the middle, making all the calls. He is $14 million in dead cap. There's no way that's going to go down, and he's being paid.
What about Monheim?
He's a developable guy that either takes over for Robert Hainsey a year from now.
Yeah, he and Kaiser are the same guys, I think. They're the same guys. They're the guys that a year from now could be starters.
Yeah.
And they're solid backups.
I mean, listen, I don't have any problem with the three guys in the middle, but I would love to see a youth movement as far as Monheim, Emmanuel, and Wyatt. If you get those three young guys together.
Get them young, let them play together?
Yeah, let them grow up together.
And here's what's so funny, Leon. And
now you're talking dirty to me.
Yeah.
You know this from being a Steeler, that when you do it properly, then that guy gets in the system, and then 2 years later or whatever it is, he becomes that dude.
Absolutely.
That starter. He takes over for that guy that becomes too expensive, and you say goodbye to him, and that dude steps in.
I mean, that should be the outlier, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
You hoping those guys come in and develop the young guys. You drafted, Pregnant. You got Wyatt, and then you got Monheim. I mean, that's your running game right there. And you build them young, and you let them grow, and you let them go through the troubles together. And next thing you know, this year, and then the next year, they're fully developed.
Yeah, I see.
Now you got some studs.
And back to the depth chart real quick. You have Bashal with an opportunity to start. You have one of these guys with an opportunity to battle for a starting position, like you're saying. And Wyatt may be the guy because he's a year further into this thing. And then you said goodbye, or you haven't said goodbye, but you're making plans now to do it differently from the tight end position. Whoever, if they start in 12 personnel, it's going to be Brenton Strange and one of these dudes, the Coes or Club Nate.
And that's the reason. The only reason why I'm mentioning it, because when Liam was at Tampa, their offensive line, the oldest guy had 4 years, and that was Tristan Hurts. That was
Tristan Wirfs.
Wirfs,
right?
Yeah,
because they moved him to right to left because he was the best offensive lineman.
Yeah,
while the rest of the guys were young guys, 2-3 year guys.
Yeah, and so they want to be maulers at the line of scrimmage. That everyone says, why didn't you draft a running back? Well, if you do it right up front, Bashal's going to be able to carry the load, and Chris Rodriguez is going to be right alongside him. So I like that part of it. How does our run game get better? Because we're going to be better up front. We're going to start to bruise and
BK.
Yeah. Yes.
Club Nate.
Yeah, Club Nate to me. But he'll be in there mauling and blocking as well. All right, so you guys jump in, 641-1010. We need to hop in Leon's locker room because he made a point earlier that we will get into about whether or not these guys are going to get the same love from the coaches post-rookie year. So we will do that coming up. 641-1010. Hit the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Your thoughts on the Jags draft.
XL Prime Time from the big #1 Duval Ford Studios. Live streaming from the XL Digital Studios. Brightened by Harbor Dental Care, Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies.
Leon Cersei here, your lemon pepper guy. You know Wingstop always delivers. They're not just talking about their cook-to-order, sauce and toss chicken sandwich, and 12 mouthful-watering flavors. I'm not just talking about the house-made ranch, so good I wouldn't blame you if you double dip. I'm talking about Wingstop delivers straight to your door, and did you know they're open till 1 a.m.? So visit wingstop.com or use the app to get flavors delivered right to your door late night, only at Wingstop.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist is now offering ortho walk-in appointments. If you have an immediate need for orthopedic care, contact Southeast Orthopedic Specialist immediately. Avoid ERs and urgent care waiting rooms. For more information, go to se-ortho.com.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Northeast Florida's highest-rated residential home electrical contractor is American Electrical, providing unsurpassed quality in Duval, St. Johns, Clay, and Nassau counties. No matter your electrical problem or project, large or small, American Electrical will get it done at a price that's right. High-quality electrician, that's who they are. Trust a company that's been on the First Coast for decades, proudly serving the community while being a big part of the community. Call American Electrical for all your electric needs at 737-7770. Wired right at a fair price.
What if your next fun day out costs you $70 to play all day? That's exactly what you get at the Battalion Airsoft Arena, the only indoor airsoft battlefield in Jax. Skip the same old boring entertainment choices and step into real action with your crew. Perfect for birthdays, company team building, graduation parties, or just epic weekend fun. No experience? No problem. The Battalion package includes everything: gun, mask, and ammo with unlimited play. So lock in your mission now at BattalionAirsoftArena.com.
Tom McManus here for Armstrong Fence Company, a locally owned and operated business on the First Coast for nearly 20 years. Known for reliability, quality craftsmanship, and professional service, Armstrong Fence handles it all. From big projects like stadiums and schools to your very own backyard. They build a wicked strong fence, and they do it right the first time. When you need a fence in Jacksonville, trust Armstrong Fence Company. Yeah, we did the fence.
What if the next roof you put on your home was the last one? Not another replacement in 15 or 20 years, the last roof. Metlock Roofing is Florida's only manufacturer and installer of this exclusive roofing system. Engineered for strength, built for Florida weather, backed by a lifetime warranty. Imagine never needing another roof. Call 938-9933 or visit metlokroofing.com. Get your last roof today with Metlock. License number CCC 1335581.
Credit card interest rates are now over 29%. Most people are only making the minimum payments, so they're getting nowhere. Hey, Prosser here, but here's what many homeowners don't realize. Using the equity in your home, you can easily access hundreds of thousands in cash. With Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can pay off your credit card, your existing HELOC, your car loans, or get money for that home improvement project. One client just got $100,000 approved and saved over $1,500 a month. Here's the best part. With Loan Pronto, you can do it all from your phone. With zero out-of-pocket, no hard credit pull up front, no appraisal, no long, drawn-out bank process, and no touching your first mortgage. Rates are at a near 3-year low. Act now. Go to loanpronto.com. See how much you can get in about 60 seconds. Loan Pronto, 2,800 5-star Google reviews. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Right, turn off the lights. We gonna lose our minds tonight. What's the dealio? I love when it's all too much.
We know what cool sounds like. XL Prime Time. But what does it feel like? Find out at FloridaHomeAC.com. 1010XL.
I'm a little worried that JJ may have hacked my phone. I don't want people knowing this is one of my playlists, my guilty pleasures. Crank it.
What is this, JJ?
You're about to hear. You never heard this? What?
I have not
Like
heard
at Publix or something?
Never.
Raise Your Glass by Pink.
What's my deal?
I love Pink. I love Pink. She is got an incredible voice.
I don't mind Pink either.
I will raise my glass.
Yeah, this is a famous one. This is like, you'd hear it at the mall or whatever.
This is at the mall.
That one song, Who Knew? That's
or
a
in
good
my
song.
NASCAR Camry.
I don't mind her. She's all right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Pink.
I haven't heard this before.
She got depth. All right, so.
Got depth.
She does. It's unbelievable. All right, so let's keep it going with the conversation that we have about the draft. Like we said, plenty have panned it. You don't need to worry about being the first to do that. You'd have to get in line. But at the same time,
Ryan McChrystal at Sharp Analysis.
Yeah.
Sharp Football Analysis.
And I'm a
goes off.
I'm a Warren Sharp fan. So, like I said, we can't take we like to take these analysts. Same thing with PFF. Whenever they love on whatever it is that you like, then you're behind them 100%.
Yep.
Whenever they don't, they're a bunch of idiots. And we can't accuse every analyst out there of being an idiot. But we're going to find out whether this group has done exactly what they wanted. Hayes Carline on the Fringe show yesterday, as he was stuck in traffic, I thought made some great points just about what they think of the draft next year,
right?
And making sure they maintained their position for the compensatory picks next year. He made a lot of good points just as far as the way they viewed this bad boy, the value draft board and draft rating wise that they put on this bunch.
Yeah, basically like, hey, next year's draft's going to be a lot better. This draft, we all know, kind of isn't the best. So let's get a bunch of older guys here that can sort of plug and play now,
mature,
that have a very low ceiling, but high floor, that aren't going to be superstars. We know that. They don't have like a huge future in this league, but we can get guys that could play now. Maybe next year, as the draft is more filled with talent, we can get guys who have a higher ceiling.
And I just like the logic. But and the other part of it is that and I just go back to the very simple theory. They want to run the football. And if they do that, they control a lot of things. The clock, the game. If they can do it, play action will become another big part of what Trevor can do in the passing game. All that stuff can happen. All right. Now, from first-year guys, from rooks to now second-year guys, expectations change. Let's go into Leon's locker room.
Now, the Lemon Pepper Locker Room with Leon Searcy. Served up by Wingstop.
All right, y'all. Wingstop, you know it. Open till 1 a.m. Delivers till 1 a.m. Get you them hot, crispy wings.
Delivers till 1 a.m.
That's right. And you know my favorite. Lemon pepper.
Do you like or do not like the ranch, or maybe even 2 ranches?
I'll take 2 ranches. I might even slide a blue cheese in there, too.
Hell yes.
Yes. I love the
blue
ranch.
cheese is so underrated.
It is
Very
underrated,
rebel
bro.
of you.
So here's the deal, bro. And I was in this situation myself, all right, as a rookie. When you're a rookie in the league, you know, you come in, the coach is a little bit more lenient on you. You get a hall pass on things. You get a longer leash, all right? You get coddled a little bit. You get inspired. Hey, that was a good job. All that ends after that, okay? Especially I was a first-round pick now. I'm just saying that these guys from last year, they, you know, got injured and weren't productive. That rookie year is over. You wasted it being injured. Now, there's going to be a demand on you to compete for a position.
Right.
All right? By the coaching staff, the head coach, and everything. They're going to be on you. And they're bringing in guys to replace you. Understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Understand they're bringing the guys to take your jobs away so you can move on.
Yeah.
And you're going to be drummed like that in camp. I mean, you're going to be yelled at, screamed at in meetings. You're going to be held accountable for everything, every play on that field, and going to be evaluated every day.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying the guys that were drafted last year, the coddling and it's over.
It's over. It's gone.
It's gone.
And I appreciate it because I do think what a coach does, he's part-time psychologist, part-time coach, and you're trying to figure out a way to get more out of every individual. He did it with veterans last year. He challenged them. He's probably going to do the same thing that you're describing right now, challenging second-year guys. The only reason you landed on our draft board is because we thought this of you. Have we seen that of you yet? No, we haven't. Now let's see more. And whoever it might be, the Ransaw injury, it's not a built-in excuse. It's just it didn't happen for him because of injury. Wyatt Milam, you saw what, 1/10 of what you'd like to see from him because of injury, and so those are the dudes that they're going.
Well, I'll also say this: that your rookie year, injury won't be an excuse now.
Mm-hmm.
You better come in shape. You better not have no issues because your best ability is your availability.
You darn right.
I mean, you look at this draft. I don't think there's any question that Pregnon is a red flag for Milam. I think that Jalen Husky is a red flag for Ransaw.
Mm-hmm.
I think that you start going down this list. Parker Hughes, I even think, is a red flag at linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
Like, y'all better step it up.
And the other part of it, though, is, and I agree with what you guys are saying. I'm definitely not saying that they're not.
Hell, Wesley Williams and Zach DeFree are red flags for
Strigo
and
B.J.
Allen.
Green.
I also think all the tight end drafting is a red flag for Travis Hunter not playing ever on offense.
Yeah.
No, but we were told he was a unicorn.
Yeah.
And he's going to play 40 plays on each side of the ball.
You did that.
Times change.
You did that.
Things changed. I apologize.
Changing the way football is played, we were told.
And guess what? They are changing the way football is being played now from what they were visualizing with Travis.
A lot more tight end.
Yeah, because there's no question about it. There's going to be a lot more tight ends.
I'm upset because I think he should play on offense.
Yeah.
I think he should get a significant amount of plays on offense.
I don't think any book is closed. I
don't either. You're right. You're exactly right.
And so I feel like, and I really believe this in my heart of hearts, is that if we go back to what we were talking about with the way Liam Cohen ran the Tampa Bay offense, they went with a rookie in Bucky Irving, and they got him basically in a majority role in terms of totes. He became the starter, and off of that became big plays for either Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Cade Otton, the tight end, whomever else. And this is what this football team's trying to do as well. And so now, and the only way they did that was with that, a lot of times, that 12 personnel, and you were relying on 2 big receivers to go make plays. Now, will that include a rotation of Travis Hunter? I would expect that to be. He doesn't need to be out there all the time, but I dang sure believe if this starts to happen, where they can run the ball with authority, then those big plays are going to be there for him down the field and for BTJ down, any of them down the field. That's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah. If the mass majority of 12 personnel, Yeah, you're run heavy offense.
Yeah, and you're doing something to make the defense account for that, and that also will at least allow for maybe some bigger plays down the field if they can run the ball like that. All right, Bush Drive Rich on the text line. It's time of lifetime enclosures. I understand the fans being concerned about the pass rush and the lack of attention they got in the draft, but a great job last year from Gladstone and a bunch of unknown people we didn't know about. Totally agree. For 2 years in a row, says Bush Drive, we've had to put our starting tight end on IR early in the season. The Jags knew that we needed more tight ends. And so there's nothing wrong with that theory as far as looking at it and saying, hey, Hunter Long started pretty positively. I looked at Hunter. Let's just remind everybody, Hunter Long had never caught a touchdown in the National Football League before he got in this offense last year. Never. And they at least made him look pretty decent, look the part. Well, he got hurt. And so then you had to go rely on a bunch of other guys.
I don't think it's people's beef that they took a tight end to the texter. It's where. And the fact that they could have still got that guy later on in the draft.
Yeah,
that's all. No one's saying that they shouldn't have got a tight end, but the guy that they got with their first pick of the draft could have been taken later.
That's what I'm saying. If you flop Pregnon and Club Nate, then everybody's just going to say, all right, great.
He's in on it now. I love it. I love it. But I agree with both of what you guys are saying. It's the optics of it. Okay, you felt, and a lot of the fan base felt like you needed more on defense or more to impact the quarterback. And then when you go tight end, and it's true, pick 56. Like everyone had been looking for.
You don't know what you could have gotten.
Yeah.
Well, listen, even if they got Eli Stowers from Vandy, I wouldn't have a problem with that. You're talking about a dynamic playmaker on tight end, a weapon.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
talking about an Evan Ingram type player.
Yeah. And so that type of guy came later in the fourth round with their second tight end. It is the way people see it, feel it. Like, what?
I mean, for all we know, they could have thought Stowers was going to fall to them. And that was going to be the pick all along. We don't know that.
Very possible.
They're saying they hit on all 10 because that's what they want to say.
Yeah. Very possible. And so now you just get to the point where if you do have an offense and a coaching staff and a game plan and all that stuff that you rely on, and it's just, okay, I'm coaching you up. This is what we're going to do. And if you don't do it, we're going to find somebody else to do it. That's basically the land that they're trying to live in, that they will find guys. And yes, this is East LA as I'm naming it. Okay. And I do love Chad, one of our dudes. He sent me the Cheech Marin song, Born in East LA. JJ, we're going to have to play it. Not today, okay? But we are going to have to play that every once in a while, okay? Because this is East LA, following that Rams model that Jimmy Gladstone learned under. But we'll see whether it works or not. I think every Jaguar fan out there wants it to work 100%. It's XL Primetime.
XL Primetime is driven by Duval Ford. It's hard to explain, but play-by-play just sounds better on the radio.
What a turn of events!
1010XL, Jacksonville's home for play-by-play.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes with an opportunity again this year. Just in case you haven't taken advantage of it in the past, take the opportunity to drop 40 pounds by the 4th with Awaken 180. Sounds a little different when you put a real goal to it, doesn't it? To make it easier, Awaken 180 has launched Reclaim by Awaken 180. Reclaim is a simple 10-week plan designed to help you reach your weight and health goals. A beginning, an end, and a real finish line. It just makes sense. I dropped my 40 pounds within 10 weeks, and like I always tell you, it was easy. Reclaim by Awaken 180 arrives at the perfect time for you to reach your 40 by the 4th, and then keep it off with free support for life. Any medication, diet, or workout plan, say they'll sell you results. But how many say in 10 weeks you can be a new version of yourself? Thanking the old you for making the call to Awaken 180. 40 by the 4th isn't just a slogan, it's an opportunity to succeed with Reclaim by Awaken 180. Only at awaken180weightloss.com.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler, and this Mother's Day, we'd like to help you celebrate Mom with up to 40% off our entire inventory. GIA certified natural diamonds and lab-grown diamonds, beautiful colored gemstones, designer brands, custom jewelry design, and Monahan Jewelers offers interest-free financing on any purchase. So get something special with a payment you can afford. Come celebrate Mom with fine jewelry at up to 40% off at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Mike Dempsey here for big #1 Duval Ford. Hundreds will gather to walk for those living with ALS at the Walk to Defeat ALS Jacksonville, Saturday, May 2nd, 10 a.m. at Friendship Fountain. Register or donate at als.org/walkjacksonville.
Baseball is back. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball at the newly renovated ViStar Ballpark is your home for affordable family fun. Tickets start at just $5. Fireworks after every Friday home game and kids around the bases after Sunday games. Log on to jackshrimp.com for tickets and details. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball, affordable family fun.
Have you or someone you care about been arrested or had their driver's license taken away? I'm Susan Cohen, and I work with David Robbins at the law firm of Epstein & Robbins. We are experienced fighters for those charged with DUI and all criminal offenses. I've been named the best DUI attorney in the state, and David has been named the best criminal defense lawyer in Jacksonville. In your battle with the justice system, there is only one thing you need to know. Dial David 24/7 at Epstein & Robbins, 354-5645.
Save up to $400 on Browning gun sales right now at Green Acres Sporting Goods. During the Browning tax refund rebate, get up to $400 back on select safes, built to protect your firearms, valuables, and peace of mind. Green Acres is Northeast Florida's largest Browning dealer, with the selection ready for you today. But don't wait, this offer ends April 30th. Shop now at greenacresporting.com and take advantage before it's gone. For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Beautiful poetic sounds of the ukulele. Could probably write some poetry off of this. Just sit back. Who knows if you're fanning the flames? You can just sit back and enjoy it. Pin some magic for this Jaguar season coming up. All right, let's get into it. Let's go from the Atlantic to the Pacific. Oh, with a delicious Mexican lager. Found in Baja, imported by surfers for those who live life. Anchors up. Now, I know you guys were into it big time as far as the colleges are concerned, and I'm going to find out whether or not I can come up with a different way of doing this, just in terms of giving you guys a different wrinkle when it comes to the college game. But can you go in order of the top 3 schools with the most NFL draft picks?
Ohio State.
Okay,
the top 3.
Yeah, top 3. And it's a total of 5.
Yeah, they're tied.
Excuse me, a total of 6.
So I know definitely Ohio State's number 1.
Yep, so you can ding on that.
Miami and Clemson had 9. I don't know if that was tied for second.
No. Number 2 is Alabama.
No,
Okay.
I don't think that's right. I think 9 is right.
Ding him.
Nice.
How many they have?
10.
10.
Wow.
So tied with 9 was
10?
Miami, Clemson.
So right now, we got Ohio State at the
Wait,
top.
say that again. 10.
10. Yeah, and
10 draft picks.
And they lost by 35.
And they lost by 35 to Indiana in the Rose
Number
Bowl.
3 is Texas Tech.
Okay, all right. Now we're getting there. All right, we got another ding. Okay, so now we're down to only one team.
Have you seen this before?
No. Ohio State is at the top. Big Search guessed Bama. JJ had Clemson, Miami.
At 9.
And so at 9.
And what's Texas Tech at?
Texas
What's the
Tech
number?
is at 9.
Yeah, so there's one
So
more
there's an
who's
8.
tied.
One more tied.
Oh, one more tied at
Yeah.
9.
Yeah,
No, 9 or 10.
Ooh.
No, I think there's another one tied at 9.
Interesting.
I'm going to say
Florida?
Georgia.
Ole Miss.
Florida.
Nah,
No,
Florida
Florida's
had 7.
I'm going to say Ole Miss.
Florida had 7.
Oh, Ole
I
Miss.
do not see Mississippi up there where
I'm
they
going to
should
say
be.
Georgia.
You said Georgia. Georgia has 8.
Mm.
I don't know why.
Oregon.
I don't see
No, it's
Ole
not
Miss. Oregon had 7.
Wow.
Penn State.
Oh.
Let's see here.
Now that's damning. They have that many.
No, they did not have that many. I don't see Penn State up here.
Notre Dame.
Nope.
Well, it's not LSU. We've gone through all the heavy hitters. This
All right, let me hit it real quick.
Indiana.
No.
Nope.
Oh.
With 7, along with Florida and Oregon, you had LSU. With 7, you had Iowa, Texas, Washington. They all had 7. You did say Penn State. They had 8, along with Georgia. And you said Indiana. Indiana had 8. Believe it or not, Auburn was one of the top.
Wait a minute, Texas A&M.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
There
Yeah.
it is. Especially with the way it went down here. Okay, Texas A&M.
Yeah, the Jags had every single Texas A&M player.
They had 2/10 of that bad boy. But there you go. Texas A&M with 10 draft picks. All right, good stuff. We love it. Looking at the rest of them, Auburn and Tennessee each had 5. Oklahoma, along with Michigan, Mizzou, and Notre Dame.
Missouri, wow.
Yeah, Notre Dame had 6, and Mizzou tied with them. And then with 4, Big Bourbon Nation, the program, Boston College had 4. Yeah.
Wow, that's 3 more than Florida State.
Sure. Arkansas had 4. Cincinnati.
Let's go back to Alabama at 10.
Yeah, exactly.
10.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out Florida State.
And he just got extended.
Same number drafted from Florida State to UCF, by the way. UCF, more first-round picks than Florida State.
Go you Malachi Lawrences. They were pumped in the
Florida
Lawrence.
State at 1, correct?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I believe it was the kid who played
and
for
beat the
Miami.
team with 10 by 2 touchdowns.
Oh, yeah. Holy crap. That is wild.
The team that just extended that guy 2 more years.
All right, let's get back to the draft.
$2.25 million.
Let's get back to the draft with one of our coaches on both sides of the ball, Mark Duffner, going to step in with us, hang out in the 1 o'clock hour and talk about your Jaguars and what they are trying to build, and hopefully will build off of a playoff season from a year ago.
XL Primetime, driven by Big Number 1 Duval Ford, elite service for elite companies. Now, another classic moment in Jags history.
The field goal is good. They have come back from 27-0 to win the game.
1010XL, home of the Jaguars.
Hey, Hickett here, and oh man, TopDressing.com came and hit my lawn with that deep aeration and overseeding. I got to see their truck. Ooh, is that cool? It's like a transformer. Aerators rolling right off it. They punched the yard. They dropped their proprietary mix and cleaned up like they were never there. Next step, rich, green St. Augustine grass. If your lawn needs a real turnaround, call TopDressing.com today for your free estimate. They'll make your grass look like a golf course for real. Call today and top dress your lawn like the pros with TopDressing.com.
Attention business owners and sales professionals. Still hearing I need to think about it? Pat McManaman from Sandler Sales. We can help. There's a 2-day sales boot camp in Jacksonville, May 13th and 14th. We'll show you how to handle objections and close more deals without being pushy. Call us at 904-646-1900 for more details. 646-1900. Let's get your business and top-line revenue growing.
Don't miss the Bari Breakdown with Dr. George Bari on XL Primetime, Wednesdays around 1:35 for the latest in sports injuries from all the big names in the game. Who's MIA, who's coming back? Dr. George Bari on XL Primetime, Wednesdays at 1:35 on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
There's no better way to heal that foot and mouth problem than by sending a floral arrangement from Kuhn Flowers. If your foot gets stuck in your mouth, extract it with a floral arrangement from Kuhn Flowers for over 75 years.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Feel a vibration in your steering wheel at highway speeds? That's not something to ignore, and a standard tire balance might not fix it. At G&H Tires and Service, they offer road force balancing, an advanced system that simulates how your tire actually performs on the road to detect hidden issues. It goes beyond traditional balancing to reduce vibration, improve handling, and extend the life of your tires. Newer vehicles, especially with low-profile tires, demand this level of precision. Drive smoother. G&H Tires and Service on Beach Boulevard, where your ride gets dialed in right.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Multi-unit hair grafting is now available at IHRS and can give you 3 times more hair in one procedure over a traditional hair transplant.
Multi-unit hair grafting gave me more hair in one procedure and within my budget.
You can grow your hair back with this exclusive new procedure. Call now for your free evaluation and see if multi-unit hair grafting or PRP can restore your hair. Call 904-777-IHRS.
My bald spots are gone. Thanks, IHRS.
IHRS is the only clinic in the Southeast to offer all proven solutions to restore your hair and is now offering multi-unit hair grafting. One procedure, more hair.
You've got nothing to lose but more hair. I feel younger, I look younger, and who doesn't want to feel better about themselves?
This year, grow your hair back. Call for a free evaluation. Call IHRS 904-777-IHRS 777-4477.
Picking here, see clearly with the Eye Associates and trusted optometrists Zachary Boskool and Alice LaFlamme. From comprehensive eye exams, dry eye care, glaucoma management, diabetic eye care, and more, Dr. Boskool and Dr. LaFlamme are dedicated to protecting your vision. Immediate availability at all 5 Jacksonville locations. Schedule today with Dr. Boskool and Dr. LaFlamme by calling the Eye Associates, formerly Bowden Eye Associates, Schneider Eye and Wellness Center, and Janet Betchkel, MD at 296-0098.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. What's better than beer? Cold beer. Put your company logo on a custom koozie. Check them out at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
I'm Max Fink with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by USA Park. The Orlando Magic are putting the league on notice after coming out and shocking the number 1 seed Pistons with a 94-88 victory last night. Shooting guard Desmond Bane had 22 points and Wendell Carter had 12 points and 11 rebounds. They look to close out the series tomorrow at 7 on 1010 a.m. after getting out to a 3-1 lead. It's 81 degrees at 1 o'clock time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
You're on the couch, blowing up my phone. You don't want to come out, but you don't want to be alone. It don't take but 2 to have a little fun.
This is XL Prime Time, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
All right, got to bring this up just a little bit.
Please let me break. Let's say something right now, please.
Nope. We got to say hello to one of our coaches, but just listen for a second.
Come on, please.
Hey. So basically, people are tuning in and out of the radio all the time and joining XL Prime Time. They listen in mass. But JJ has a special playlist
and
today.
Mass. No doubt.
Yeah, he has a special playlist, and we will unveil whose playlist this is coming up in just a little bit. But we're just playing along right now. And
so far, I'll be honest, not a fan of any of the songs.
No, but they fit
kind of a
perfectly
ratchet playlist. Yes, they do.
All right, Coach Mark Duffner joins us now, longtime linebackers coach, many years here in the city of Jacksonville and across the NFL landscape, college as well. 50 years of coaching. Coach Duff, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Glad to be with you guys.
Man, we appreciate you jumping in with us, and we want you to at least give us some thoughts as far as putting this draft together, just to kind of give people an idea. You coached here. You coached Tampa, Miami, Cincinnati, all over the place in the NFL, and you also had a share of responsibility in terms of identifying talent, correct?
For sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. In fact, in Cincinnati, I was there twice for 2 6-year stints as a position coach there. You really are directly responsible for your position group, the ranking, and when the pick comes around, you pretty much call it there. So, I mean, you're intimately involved in the picks and the selection and the evaluation, and you are most places, but strongly there.
Now, a lot of people have looked at this draft and go, what? The big I don't know emoji, hands up in the air, and everyone's trying to figure it out. Pick 56 with a tight end, I think shocked a lot of people. Your first look at it, what did you think?
The draft in general?
Yeah,
that pick?
in general. You can go either direction, actually.
I'll say just in general. So first of all, I've got to share with you from a little over almost a year of observation of James Gladstone, his staff, Tony, Liam Combs. I kind of have gotten in the corner to trust them. I like a lot of what they do, and so obviously they had a plan in the way they were going to approach this draft. I think they trusted their preparation, their study, and they did what they think is going to be the best to help this team move forward.
Yeah.
And so that's where I'm going to start. I mean, they ignored the noise.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
Yeah, no, well, I know you're all for that, but I mean, they are too. But I think they ignored the noise, and they know more than any of us do what their strengths and weaknesses are of their club. They know, and the other thing I'll share is that, sometimes you can make comments about players and so forth, but unless you've really studied them and watched a lot of film and done your homework on them, it's your opinion. It's a good, we'll respect that. But I think preparation is what, wins. And I trust what I think this group has done as far as that's concerned. And, here's what I'll say. I think that the tight ends that, starting with Nate, as the first pick there, that they've clearly made a decision to utilize, like some teams are, moving in that direction, 13 personnel. 3 tight ends, 1 running back, 1 receiver, first and second down. Well, here's the key on that. First of all, that's a good thing. A lot of teams in this league don't know how to defend it. I can tell you that firsthand. Secondly, they're not built to defend it. So much 11 personnel, 10 personnel that when you throw 13 out there, they're going out with littler guys, and they struggle to stop it.
It makes them panic just a little bit?
Oh, big time.
Okay.
So 13 personnel, if it's legitimate. Now, when it's 13, you've got a heavy guy coming in, meaning an offensive tackle like maybe Van Landen or somebody came in the past. Well, it's still a run indicator. I mean, that guy's probably not going to catch a ball unless it's some sort of gimmick play or whatever the case may be. So it doesn't scare you as much. Here's the ticket with, in my opinion, where I think that they may be going, and I hope they're going because it's a pain in the tail to the defense. You put 3 legit tight ends on the field: Strange, Nate, and this Koziel. I guess I can't pronounce
the Coz. Just go with the Coz.
Okay, the Coz, who I really am jacked about. You come out with those guys first and foremost. Okay, the 13 personnel, you run it. We want to improve the run game. We want to be physical. But now you open that formation up, okay, meaning you go to a 4-wide look or you go to an empty formation. And they've come in with big personnel. They're base people to come in and stop. They are dead. I mean, I can't. No, they are dead.
This.
I mean, so schematically, you put fear in them right now with what you're doing. They've got the 4-wide personnel, our receivers. They got 10 personnel. They got 11 personnel. Now you incorporate some 12, some 13, not as a major, maybe you will, depending on what the opponent presents, but you put that in there. Now you've got the cards in your hand in terms of you're putting fear on how they're going to respond. Can they match up with you physically? Can they match up with you alignment-wise? And now I think you take advantage of what is out there for you. You give more cards to the offense.
Especially if you have a tight end, a big blocking tight end that can catch the ball.
Yeah.
Then they've got serious problems.
Well, yeah, I mean, they got a 6, I guess, I don't know, Nate, they say is what, 6'5"?
Yeah. They
say this other Tanner, he's 6'6", 6'7". Jeez, well, Pete, you talk about some stress now. I mean, I think it's really smart stuff. I really do. And
because if they go light to cover, you run right over them.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
No, but you can use formation and the personnel displacement to your advantage to take advantage of the defense. And that's good ball, and it's easy ball. So my point to you is I think they put a few more bullets in their pockets, if you will, or in their belt in terms of what the offense can present to the defense. That's kind of what I saw.
Okay. Now, Coach, I'm in the wheelhouse with Matt Hayes sort of to say that. Now, Emmanuel Pregnant was your 2nd-round pick, and Nate, we're going to call him Club Nate, was your 4th-round pick. Then I wouldn't have a problem with it because Pregnant is essentially a first-rounder who slipped out of the first round.
Yes, sir.
And I trust, just the lineman in me, I trust linemen to run block better than I trust tight ends.
Oh, and I'm with you all the way on that. No, I agree with that.
Yeah.
But But that's why some people come up. We used to call it 13T or 13 whatever with the big guy, and yeah, they're physical and a pain in the tail. But again, you kind of I know what you're going to do. I mean, for the most part, it's going to be heavy run, maybe a little play action pass, and if you chart it, you'll see that. I mean, so in other words, when you study the personnel that come in the game, which all these teams are doing, you've got tendencies. If you have 13 with 3 legit tight ends, and you can be physical like we're hoping they can be as far as that's concerned, with this big guy in particular with Brenton, Strange will block you now. I mean, he's a good blocker in my book. Now, I don't know what kind of blocker Tanner, the Cuz is, whatever you were calling him, but the Coz. But I know that they can, if they take advantage of the run and pass possibilities from that, that can be tough.
But the reality is, it is kind of a reach. I mean, if he doesn't play at a Borkircher, doesn't become a guy they think he can be, even though it's kind of the way for any pick you make, right?
Sure.
But this is also a guy that I think generally, again, everybody's board's different, generally wasn't considered a guy that should have been chosen that high.
Well, all I can share with you is they have. I got to trust that their preparation, their work, and where they think he fits and what they think they can do is going to merit the pick. And they've
got the capital. They've earned it after that 13-win season.
Without a doubt. And that's for sure. And that's what you got to put your trust in right now. And I have it. I'll share this with you. This guy, if you look at his career, he's ascending. He starts off as a walk-on. And then he becomes, a player at Nebraska, and then he goes to Texas A&M and plays pretty well. They utilize him in such a way that his pass game wasn't maybe as much, but he's demonstrated with some play and film work that he can catch, and he is a threat. So, again, the fact that they were excited about him and getting him, now I don't think that was grandstanding. I think that they have, had a role for this guy if he was available, and maybe they thought there was a couple other tight ends around there too. But I think they felt like this guy was the guy for them.
Well, Coach, let me tell you what the NFL scout said about the Coles. All right, it says long and angular pass catching tight end, soft hands with impressive overall ball skills, lacks the technique and toughness to be a necessary run blocker.
Well, that's one man's opinion, and that may be dead on. But then again, maybe the opinion that the Jags have is dead on. So, opinions are like noses. Everybody's got one.
True.
Which one's right? So I mean, I don't know. I'm going to lean towards trusting the staff and what they did in preparation.
All right, so we got one of our coaches, Mark Duffner, hanging out with us. You guys can throw questions our way, 641-1010. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. So we talked about Club Nate. I want you to get into Albert Regis coming up here in a second, because he was another guy that was taken, obviously, at a need position and might have surprised a few. So let's get into that one as well, because you've got Nate, Regis. Oh, look at him. He's got the analytics right there.
See, we old school.
All right.
Coach.
Look at him.
We old school.
Yes, exactly right.
Both.
All right, so you're going to give us the rating coming up and the read on Albert Regis, and then we'll get to the Wesley Williams and a handful of other guys with the defensive side of the ball primarily. We'll do both with Mark Duffner hanging out with us on XL Primetime.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford.
Welcome to
1010XL.
Why is he in a plane?
I don't know. Well, don't just stand there, hop in.
Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Hi, this is Dr. George Bari, an orthopedic surgeon who is fellowship trained in sports medicine. If you are a young athlete or a weekend warrior, I treat you with the care and expertise that is needed to diagnose and treat your injury. Come see me at Bari Orthopedics to get the care that you need.
Be sure and check out the expertise from Dr. George Bari and the entire staff at BariOrthopedics.com. That's BAHRI Orthopedics.com. And follow Doc on Instagram at Dr.GeorgeBari.
I'm Frank Frangie, and I can tell you as Walk-Off Charities has grown, we now manage a large athletic facility with numerous fields, including the Bregan Baseball Complex. To get around, we needed a good, reliable golf cart. I went straight to Dynamic Drives and Design in Jacksonville. I met with Travis, told him exactly what our needs were. Would you believe before you knew it, the perfect cart was delivered to us at an incredible price? If you need a golf cart, Travis and his team are the go-to. Learn more about them at dynamicdrivesdesign.com.
Fish know where to hide. Captain Kevin knows how to find them.
That's a big one.
Listen for the Ring Power Fishing Forecast Show, brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss and Royal Pest Services.
Thursday nights at 6
on 1010XL AM.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentists and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental with light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, located in Bartram Park.
Southwest Greens is the OG of artificial turf in North Florida. Stop mowing and start chipping or putting or just relaxing with a beautiful backyard, maintenance free. Log on to southwestgreensofjacksonville.com to see what they can do to your backyard.
Credit card interest rates are now over 29%. Most people are only making the minimum payments, so they're getting nowhere. Hey, Prosser here, but here's what many homeowners don't realize. Using the equity in your home, you can easily access hundreds of thousands in cash. With Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can pay off your credit card, your existing HELOC, your car loans, or get money for that home improvement project. One client just got $100,000 approved and saved over $1,500 a month. Here's the best part. With Loan Pronto, you can do it all from your phone. With zero out-of-pocket, no hard credit pull up front, no appraisal, no long, drawn-out bank process, and no touching your first mortgage. Rates are at a near 3-year low. Act now. Go to loanpronto.com. See how much you can get in about 60 seconds. Loan Pronto, 2,800 5-star Google reviews. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it. Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of essentials. Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Tap dancing helped with my ankle mobility so much. Like, I just remember being able to play all over the field, from fullback to H-back to tight end to lining up at receiver. It's helped so much. And even till this day, like, just constantly keeping my, like, active feet and keeping, like, tap dancing one of those things where you have to have control, but also not have control. It's a weird dynamic.
This is XL Prime Time, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
The Gregory Hines of the defensive line right there. Albert Regis, as he talks to the Jaguar gathered media on the phone after he was picked 81st overall by your Jacksonville Jaguars defensive tackle for Texas A&M. And he said that he was a tap dancer because it keeps him light on his feet.
Let's not ignore the song that JJ just played, okay?
It is part of the playlist.
Because not only is it part of the playlist, it might be the best one.
Yeah. Jump is pretty good.
No.
Dance
Dance not. And if you listen to the lyrics, it might be the best.
Might give it away.
Yeah. All right. So we've got that playlist you guys need to focus in on. I was focusing on the soundbite. Matt was focusing on the song, which is great. I love it. But we've got our defensive coach, Mark Duffner, in with us, a tap dancing Gregory Hines on the defensive line. What do you think when you hear that? Because you mentioned 6'1", 295 at that, it primarily nose, right, Coach? And then also can be seen as a 3. So that means he can rush the passer. What are your thoughts on him?
Well, I think that obviously he's got some movement skills that they like, because that's what you're going to need in there at that size. And I don't know about being a tap dancer, but I'm sure he is an athletic guy, the guy that has the ability to stunt, to take over gaps in terms of movement skills. I understand he's really strong. That's going to be a critical component too. When you're inside there, where the games are won, you've got to have you got to be stout. You've got to be tough. You've got to have some knockback about you, or you're going to get swallowed up. I've seen that. And this guy allegedly has, and again, he's been a heck of a player for them at Texas A&M. Kudos to them, but we're going to need him to be a more than just a filler. We're going to need him to knock the line of scrimmage back, to be able to utilize movement skills in terms of the stunts, to get tackles for loss. That's what we're going to need. He's going to have to affect the quarterback. I still, and kudos to the staff, and that they did address the front when they let Mason Smith go, and they brought in this Rook, row over your boat, whatever. But I mean, they brought him in, and I like the fact that they addressed that beforehand. I still think that's an area of concern a little bit, regardless. I just do. When you're looking at the age of Eric Armstrong at this point, and Armstead, I'm sorry, and Devon Hamilton certainly played well, but that's an area of need for us. As we move forward, I think.
Yeah, Coach. If you get him in the game, especially at the 3 technique, he's going to have to slant an angle. I mean, it's got to be. I mean, because 6'1", 295 in this league, when you got 320 guards and you got 320 tackles on double teams, that's not going to be pretty.
No, the matchup can be to the offense as far as that's concerned. I've been part of fronts where we've had dominant big guys, a la right here, Marcus Stroud, John Henderson, who were, that's why this defense was so good. It started right with their 2 plays. No, I mean, it started right then and there. You look at the great defenses, the Baltimore, when they had Sarah Goose and Sam Adams. When you look at even as far back as the 85 Bears, Fridge and so forth, guys inside that, you've got to have girth and you've got to have power inside in terms of your defense if you want to be able to be the type of stout run defense that we aspire to be. So,
Coach, what would be the assessment of why they would draft someone like this? If we need big bodies in the middle.
Again, they know. I know. They know more than I know. I'm not in that building. I just know that I, as a linebacker coach for a lot of years and as a coordinator, really like the big guys that can not only just take up space and take up blockers, take up 4 hands each guy, but they can knock it back, can displace the line of scrimmage. You've got to have that ability. If you don't, they're in your lap. The line of scrimmage becomes on your side of the ball, which you don't want to have. So, obviously, again, they took this guy. I was charting it as the draft goes on. There were some other players around at that time.
Our buddy,
your buddy Citrus was
Agent Citrus.
He actually went the very next pick.
Yeah.
And so, but again, I can't.
Another guy I'm going to keep an eye on.
Big cat too, man.
I'm not one. I didn't do the homework that they've done. I can't. So that's where it starts. If you got to trust your preparation, you got to trust your conviction on a player. I'm sure that they do, and I'm looking forward to see this guy be a
I mean, at the end of the day, Mason Smith was 6'5", 320. What'd he do?
Yeah.
I shouldn't say 320. He's more like 340.
Yeah.
What did he do?
Right. He did not
a dang thing.
Yeah.
All right. So I have a player to ask you about. You've done your work on all these guys they've drafted.
Sure.
This is the guy that I think is the biggest head scratch of all. Biggest of all is Jalen Husky, the safety from Maryland. And I it's a head scratch because I'm not sure they need a safety. That's number one. Unless something's wrong with Ransaw, it's not going to be fixed before the start of the season. And number 2, he wasn't that productive.
Well, yes.
Some teams had him as an undrafted free agent.
Okay, that I can't answer. I have not studied him to tell you that I've watched the tape and I can tell you what he was. I do know he has flexibility and that he position flex and he played some corner. He can play some safety. You got to, the fact that I think he had 4 picks this past season.
Yeah.
Has 11 in his career, which stands out to me. So he's got some ability. He must have range. He must have some ball hawking ability. I wrote down nose for the football. I don't know I don't know what his stats are as far as that was concerned. My guess is he's got some length about him, I think. And so, so many times right now, especially on third down, but when you're playing a lot of 11 personnel, if you can get a safety that has some level of physicality that can hold up against the run, if this young man can, and also, participate in the matchups in the passing game, then you've got a stud. And I think they're going to do that a little bit with Antonio here. So this guy may be in that. I'm assuming that right now that he has that flex, that he's going to be hopefully a special teams player for sure to start, like all rookies should, but also that he has some first and second down application against 11 personnel where he can play the run, but also help them in the pass game.
And that's what it boils down to, is trying to figure out. Some of these are special teams guys. Let's not forget that, because they may be saying goodbye to others, either years of service, second contract guys. They don't want to get too expensive for the job they're asking them to do. We already mentioned it earlier, Coach, that they may view, like a lot of others are trying to forecast, a really deep 2027 draft class. And so they wanted to make sure that they didn't give away too much of their future in terms of draft picks. They moved one. They took a total of 10 instead of 11. So there's a lot of variables, like you said, inside buildings.
His combine numbers do not jump out.
No,
his 40 number doesn't jump out. His prospect grade on the NFL.com combine is 5.83, average backup or special teamer.
Yeah. Again, though, like I said, I mean, that's a lot of people's. I mean, that's maybe some collective evaluation. It's really how you see them, meaning the Jaguars, and you see the fit as far as that's concerned. And who are your evaluators? I mean, and if you trust them, and obviously trust your own eyes. A lot of times, that's why I like what I've heard, how they go about it. They don't talk to too many people on the outside. They trust what they see, and they go with it right now. And, we can all get swayed by, well, I thought this, I think that. Well, I think that they're trying to be as, first time as possible in terms of what they think in terms of the evaluation of a player.
So you don't subscribe to the theory that James Glasson was trying to outthink everybody, and that he's, that's what we're hearing now. That's what we're hearing now all over social media, and there's guys that are taking shots at him, at these guys too. Like they're trying to show they're the smartest guys in the room.
Well, sure. No, results are what matter. Okay. And so a lot of people can say a lot of things. It's results what matter. This group turned a 4-13 team to a 13-4 team in 1 year, did some amazing things. And that's why I've kind of started to lean in the baptismal font of what they're doing. I'm baptized a little bit, but I like what I see. And now that, the key is, can you consistently do it? Just like players, you want consistently to play. We'll see. But I like that.
Go ahead.
No, Coach, is that the reason why they don't like to be immersed in a lot of stuff like the combine and all this other stuff? They don't go to a lot of stuff because they're signified in what they do, that they don't want to hear, like you said, the outside noise clouding their perception.
Again, without talking to them about it, I think that is the case.
That makes sense.
I think they don't want to be, infected by some other opinion. They're going to look at it, fresh as a fallen snow right now, and they're going to write down their opinions. That's how it goes, and that's got to be what their thoughts are.
Instead of a dress rehearsal at a combine, the 30 approved visits that could be a dress rehearsal where everything is
scripted.
They prep. Yeah, they get prepped for that, like they're going into a courtroom as a witness. And so they're told what to say, they're told how to answer certain things, and so now they're just looking at the tape, what their scouts wrote up about each individual, and they're trying to trust that.
Correct.
Okay, now here's the other part of this, and you as a position coach and a coordinator, did you see draft class come in that either, you don't have to throw anybody under the bus, but that a general manager selected, and you went, my God, this is going to be a challenge.
Okay, so I won't divulge, but I saw a number one pick come into our camp at one particular time, and after one day of practice watching this player operate, I went, "Whoo!" And ultimately the pick did not,
it did not work out.
Did not work out by any stretch. So people, again, you have to trust your preparation. You do the best that you possibly can. There's a skosh of luck involved in this. Don't let anybody think that there's
better be lucky than good.
You better be lucky than good. But you can't rely solely on luck. You can't hope for luck. You gotta, if it happens, God bless. But if it was so easy, everybody would do it and everybody would win. It's it's people. You're looking at players, and sometimes the development of players at each position takes some time. Each individual is different. Some guys are ready to play right away. Some guys can't play until they're 3 years into the situation. Some can never play. So all that goes into the process, and you just hope like heck that you pick players that can contribute as quickly as possible.
Yeah, that's it. The end game, we all know what it is. It's the scoreboard. You're no subs for dubs, and that's what people are looking for. Did you do enough to continue your winning ways? The successful teams, just take a look at them. They have good leadership, good coaching, good players, and that all adds up to every single year they're in the postseason. mix.
Look, if this team was 6-11 last year, my God, this city would be crazy.
Would be crushed even worse.
Would be absolutely crazy about this draft.
Yeah.
Well, the thing too, I think, the staff, coaches and personnel staff know what they had returning. They made some moves in the offseason in terms of free agency, based on a lot of things, but based on the returning player, maybe perhaps money in some places, also who they thought could help the ball club, et cetera. I like the fact that in some respects they didn't make a whole lot of moves. That means they're pretty confident in the group that they've got coming back, which in fact demonstrated pretty good play a year ago. Now the key again is where do we go from here? Can we get better? We have to get better, and then add these rookie pieces. Let me say this to you: you don't want to rely on rookies, first round picks or not, to come in and make your team better.
Right.
But you do want to rely on these guys as soon as possible. Not necessarily maybe in their very first year. Some cases, somebody here will probably be a starter, maybe a couple. But if you're relying on that, then you've got some holes. And so, hopefully, as I said, I think this team doesn't have a lot of them at this point.
Yeah, I think that's what it boils down to, and it's kind of how we started our discussion today, is that last year they had to go sign Jordan Lewis, Eric Murray, a lot of guys, McCary, that were expected to come in and start. They had to pay for free agents to come in and fill positions that were big gaping holes. Now they don't feel like there are big gaping holes, at least not as many.
Yeah, and I think that's a tribute to the coaches. A lot of players hit their stride under this staff. Whether they were free agents or players or existing players, and so that's the coach's job to get the best out of every player that they got.
All right, so let's come back with one other angle to this and get Coach Duff's take on it, because Dane Brugler, an NFL draft analyst, gave him the 32nd grade out of 32 teams with the draft. There are plenty of others that gave him D's and C's and so on and so forth. But now let's look at power rankings. That's the overall construction of the team, which also is worth pointing out. So we will do that coming up on XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford.
You got center stage.
Dan Hicken.
You're taller than you look in the tabloids.
Jeff Prosser.
I think the show's going to be a huge hit.
They are The Drill.
In all my years of radio, I've never seen anything like this.
Mornings on 1010XL.
You must give me your designer's number.
Baseball is back. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball at the newly renovated ViStar Ballpark is your home for affordable family fun. Tickets start at just $5. Fireworks after every Friday home game and kids around the bases after Sunday games. Log on to jackshrimp.com for tickets and details. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball, affordable family fun.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
When your home or business deserves more than ordinary glass, you trust the experts. Capital Glass and Shower Doors has been elevating spaces for over 40 years with precision, craftsmanship, and clean, modern design. From sleek frameless shower enclosures to elegant glass railings, wine cabinets, and any custom glass that makes a statement, Capital Glass delivers unmatched quality, service, and attention to detail. Your vision, their expertise. Capital Glass and Shower Doors at capcoglass.com.
Did you know that an annual coating inspection can extend the life of your building by years? Catching early signs like hairline cracks, fading, and moisture intrusion helps prevent costly repairs down the road and keeps your property looking its best. Our team at Performance Painting helps you stay ahead of maintenance with professional inspections and long-lasting coating solutions. Protect your building, protect your budget. Go to performance-painting.com to schedule a free inspection. Performance Painting, repair, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting!
The Jacksonville Waves tip-off opening night, May 15th at 7 p.m. in the brand-new Upshot League at ViStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Experience the excitement of women's professional basketball and be a part of history. Get your tickets now at wavesupshot.com.
Today's vehicles are smarter than ever, but that also means they need more precision than ever. Features like lane assist, collision warning, and adaptive cruise control all rely on cameras, sensors, part of what's called ADAS. And if those systems are even slightly off, they might not work correctly. That's why, after certain repairs, your vehicle will need ADAS calibration. At G&H Tires and Service, they have the ADAS system, so your vehicle's safety features work the way they're supposed to. Don't guess with your safety. G&H Tires and Service. Precision that protects.
Flowers and cards are great for Mother's Day, but why not make this Mother's Day extra special with something timeless from Beard's Diamonds? The team at Beard's has put together an amazing collection of affordable and distinctive gifts, up to 40% off. Beautiful bracelets with diamonds and colored gemstones, stunning pendants, and gorgeous earrings featuring both natural and lab-grown diamonds. Think about it. It's the gift she'll be able to enjoy for years, even decades. Always a reminder of that special Mother's Day in 2026. Rings, bands, pearls, fashion pieces, all the latest from the world's top designers. Beard's makes it easy to show the mother in your life how much she means to you and to the whole family. And with up to 40% savings, you'll be amazed at what you can do with your budget. Get the card and the flowers, but top it off with a spectacular piece of jewelry from Beard's. Beard's Diamonds, not another chain store owned by Wall Street. Your local jeweler. Family owned and operated for nearly 45 years. Beard's Diamonds in the St. John's Town Center.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
All right, my golden moment is picking my favorite guy in the draft. Of course, it's a lineman, Manuel Pregnant. I love the kid. 6'4".
I like the name Pregnant.
Pregnant, yeah.
That's the George Carlin routine. Remember when he said they should get like a medicine Pregnant, like if you didn't want to get pregnant.
I like that.
Nice
we got
call,
nicknames everywhere.
I like that one. Good.
Nicely done.
That was good.
That was
6'4",
a great skit, by the way.
6'4", 314, physical hands, gets to the next level, mean, nasty, brute. That's what you need on this line. A young brute.
Young guys creating competition.
Yes, yes. I hope he competes well against whoever's at left guard. I mean, left guard and right guard. I really do.
Yep. I mean, my takeaway is they've earned the right to do whatever they want to do in this draft. You get 6-11 next year, you no longer have the right.
Well, we're not going 6-11, man.
I know they're not. I'm just saying. I don't think they are either. I'm just saying that's why you got to give them the leeway. You have to give them the leeway.
Right.
Now, it doesn't mean you can't criticize it.
Sure.
Doesn't mean you can't say, okay, that's a weird pick. But yeah, you gotta think they know what they're doing and where these guys are going to fit.
It's like we said earlier, and you guys said it very well. If you switch picks, 56 and 81,
it's a completely different draft.
It looks totally different. All right, so I'll make my golden moment right now, which is what I wanted to bring up with Coach Duff, is that yes, there are grades that have been attached to this draft class, and a lot of them have not been good. But post-draft NFL power rankings, a couple of NFL sites out there, including The Athletic, which also, with The Athletic, gave them the last grade in the draft, 32nd. They have them 10th with their power rankings. Another one has them 6th. Another one has them 4th. And so those are the ones that, in terms of power rankings, still don't know what the record's going to be, Coach, but they got Seattle at the top. They got the Denvers and the 49ers and the Rams of the world up there, and they have Jacksonville and the Texans right there, 9 and 10.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what, if you're interested in looking and following rankings, that's the one it's loud to me. I like what I hear there, and that's the one you're shooting for. You're trying to get, if there is some level of ranking at this point, if the power ranking is that, and we're in the top 10 or we're even in the top 5 in a couple of cases,
right,
that's where you want to be. And I think that's what, frankly, the job of the personnel staff is to move your team up to where you're at this time of year ranked highly and heavily in terms of what they anticipate your season to be.
Yeah. Coach also believed that the ranking has a lot to do with Trevor Lawrence, how he played down the stretch. Because early on in the season, it was like he was getting his feet wet early on in the season, this and that, and all of a sudden, after that Raiders game, he just took off.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt about that. I would suspect the teams that are in the highest in those rankings, like you talk about, have quarterbacks that are protective. As we've said all along, this is a quarterback league. That's what's imperative in terms of if you've got a guy that can win games for you, like Trevor did the second half of the season. Now you got something to look forward to.
I look at this and I don't think there's any question that First off, you're talking about a guy that you were questioning whether you blew $275 million on him. That's number one before the season began. Okay.
Yeah.
Then number two, he's one of the 5 finalists for the NFL MVP at the end of the season. Number three, and I honestly believe this, had Gladstone not made the move for Jacoby Myers, we'd be looking at this like, this is Liam Cohen's team. They won because of Liam Cohen. You know what I mean? And I still think we should ignore that. I still think at the end of the day, because Trevor became this top-level quarterback, that's why they won. That's why they went 13-4. And that's what you got to put your faith in, is the guy on the sideline knows what the hell he's doing.
Without a doubt. And that's a collective effort, by the way. The offensive line, the receivers, the running game, the defense, all them pitched in to make this team and the quarterback move forward. You know, I'll be frank, when we started together in August, I thought the quarterback, you know, was just okay.
All of us did, yeah.
Just okay.
Yeah.
And never scared us in terms of if you're going to play against him. And the key was consistency in his game. Not just the footwork, not just this, that. Consistently scoring, moving the ball. By God, he did that to his credit and to the staff's credit. And so, and that was a collective effort. It wasn't a one-man show. The line, everybody put into that, the coaching staff starting first. And so that's what excites me and gives me the hope that moving forward.
Coach, as well as Trevor played in the back end on that streak, I still feel as an offensive lineman that the run game was abandoned a little bit down the stretch when we needed it most. And then we got exposed in the playoff game.
Okay, so I'm with you on that. We got a little intoxicated by the passing game, and they started getting explosive plays, which you have to win in the passing game, and I'm with you on that. I think that they have since now gone back and said, look, we've got to be able to maintain a consistently strong physical running attack for us to be where we need to go. I think that's the approach that they've got right now. But I'll share this with you as a defensive coach. I liked a lot of what I saw in the running game, especially early last year and even throughout the year. They were a pretty good running team. I would have given my left arm to have that running game in some of the spots I've been over my career.
Plus, at the end of the day, we can talk about the run game and its struggle and everything. You kick the field goal inside the 15. He hits the 54-yard at the end of the first half. You win that game.
Yeah. There were points. Both opportunities were there. One you chose not to, the other one you missed, and it drives you crazy. At the same time, this team had a field goal and a touchdown improvement in scoring from the year before.
Oh, absolutely. I think, 28 points, I think?
Yeah. So they improved by nine plus
that's where
points.
I say Cohen's the difference.
Let me say that. No, let me tell you, 28 points a game, and if they move that up, if they hit that again or move that up, we're going to like the results, boys.
Give up less than 21. Give up less than 3 scores and score in that neighborhood.
Really, right. the goal on defense is 17 or less. That's typically what we say. So anyway, move forward.
All right, real quick, JJ, 2 things, okay? You got a giveaway, but would you mind, do you have it right now where you could rattle off the playlist of songs that you have played to this point? Do you happen to have that?
Oh, yeah, I have all of them.
All right, we'll go ahead and give it to us real quick.
All right, so far we've played House Party by Sam Hunt. We played Raise Your Glass by Pink. Dance the Night Away by Van Halen. And what was the first Beyonce song we played?
Something about your soul.
Yeah. I forget.
You can't break my soul.
Nicely done, Leon.
Can't break my soul.
Can't break my soul.
Okay. All right, so that's where we are.
Yeah.
All right, so
we'll have one coming back, our last one.
And we will unveil whose playlist this is.
Yes, but before we do that, we will go to break with a prize. I have a giveaway, so I have a family 4-pack to see the women's Sporting Jacks game versus Brooklyn FC at Hodges Stadium. That is May the 3rd. So be car number 4 right now at 641-1010, and I'll hook you up.
XL Prime Time, driven by Duval Ford Mobile Service. Game-ready service right to your driveway. Streaming live from the XL Digital Studios. Polished by Harbor Dental Care, the locally owned smile restoration experts.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking mumbo-jumbo. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices. I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from high heels to wagon wheels. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
This is Mark Nato. My son Justin injured his hand playing baseball for JU. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist performed surgery just a few days later, and within 5 weeks, he was cleared to play in the ASUN baseball tournament. Our family has trusted Southeast Orthopedic Specialists for years. For any orthopedic injury, let Southeast Orthopedic Specialists take care of you too.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
And that concludes the Joe C. Jack of All Trades show. Tune in next week where I'll be installing my own French drain.
Joe, wake up, man.
Hey, John, I must have dozed off.
We finished those projects you started.
Whoa, my seamless gutters are actually seamless.
And they're connected into underground PVC drain lines.
And my sprinklers. Wow, look at that coverage.
Next time, just call me first, Joe.
I will, but I ain't singing that song.
Clearwater irrigation
and drainage too.
At the First Coast YMCA, there's no place like this place, with programs and experiences that will bring your whole family together. Summer will be here before we know it, and Y Summer Day Camp registration is now open. Visit your local Y to secure your child's spot early for a season full of memories and adventure. Don't delay. Day camps will fill up. There's no place like this place, so visit your local Y to sign up or online at fcymca.org. Search Summer Day Camp.
This is Jeff Middlecoff with Cogent Bank. My associate Ryan Salem and I joined Cogent Bank because we wanted to revolutionize the mortgage business, just like Cogent Bank has revolutionized the banking business. So Ryan Salem and I are able to leverage the power and stability of Cogent Bank to go out and find our clients the best investors, the best products, and the best rates in the entire country for your particular mortgage loan. Of course, you don't have to be a customer at Cogent Bank to take advantage of our mortgage services to buy or refinance your home. We offer jumbo loans, VA, FHA, conventional and investment loans. At Cogent Bank, we offer mortgages nationwide, so we can help you with a second home or help a family member who lives or is moving to another state. Call Ryan Salem or myself, Jeff Middlecoff, at Cogent Bank today, 904-442-9191, to see how we can help you with any of your mortgage loan needs, whatever or wherever they may be.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, Cogent Bank, NMLS ID 402296, Ryan Salem, NMLS ID 1182429, Jeff Middlecoff, NMLS ID 249086.
Hacker here. How many of you remember hearing about 40 by the 4th last year? Thought about making the call to Awaken 180 and then didn't? Then Independence Day rolled around, you hadn't lost a pound, kicking yourself for not pulling the trigger when you heard the ad. I've been there on plenty of other stuff in life, so no judgment. But here's the difference this year. Awaken 180 just launched Reclaim, a 10-week plan with a real start, a real finish line, and one clear goal. 40 pounds by the 4th. Not eventually, 10 weeks mapped out, and then free support for life. You all know my results with Awaken 180. You can have the same. Celebrate Independence Day 40 pounds lighter, cold beer, and a burger in hand, thanking yourself that you made the call to Awaken 180. And you won't be the only one. Hayes has a buddy jumping on board, and our sales guy Greg just told me he is making this his year. Call 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. This is XL Prime Time, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Joe. Diabolical.
The title, please.
My Love by Route 4094, excuse me.
High Tide on the South Side is trying to add to your playlist. He's co-producer of the show. He says, can you play Pump It Louder, JJ, to set up the reveal?
That is one of the songs on the list, unfortunately.
Okay, all right.
Sorry, I missed that text.
All right, so we've had many predictions as far as whose playlist this might be. But Matt, do you want to unveil it or JJ?
Matt,
yeah.
Wait, before you unveil it, let me ask you a question. Y'all trying to tell me y'all never made a tape for a young lady?
Oh, I did.
Yeah, of course.
Never
CD
in my life
in
did I
my
ever
life.
Okay, mine was cassette tape.
But you know, she wasn't a married woman, and I wasn't married.
No, I'm not. I'm
now
not
you have given it away.
First off, let me just read some lyrics of one of the songs she put on there. Have you seen her so fine and pretty, moving with a style and ease? And I feel her from across the room. Yeah, it's love in the third degree. Yeah.
So
here's
talking
another one.
about.
So what's the name of the list? First, what's the name of the list? Let's reveal that.
So this is a Spotify list. I have to find it. But if you've ever used Spotify,
No, the name is critical, JJ.
It's Turning the Page.
Turning the Page.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Turn the Page is actually not on the playlist by
Bob Seger.
which really pissed me off. She probably doesn't even know that's a song.
So it's Diana Rossini's Love List.
All right, so here's
with
another
Mike
one.
Vrabel.
Here's another lyric.
It's
from,
diabolical.
Apparently,
okay?
before you go, Joe,
Yeah.
this was after he had like a 4-game losing streak with the Titans.
Oh.
So this was supposed to be like to cheer him up, I guess.
Okay. All right. AKA Slumbuster, but to cheer him up. But this one's from Dance the Night Away, a live wire, barely a beginner, but just watch that lady go. She's on fire because dancing gets her higher than anything else she knows.
Oh, my gosh.
All right.
Oh, she is diabolical, man.
Okay.
Diabolical.
We just figured we'd get that out.
And so Mike Vrabel,
Apologies to
excuse
the
me,
original NFG.
he changed it when people were starting to investigate this yesterday, which everything on the internet's going to come out, folks. So he changed the name from Mike because it was Diana Rossini. You can see who they share the playlist
Right.
with. It says Diana Rossini shared this in 2022 with Mike or something. He's since changed that to Ty Carr, which didn't take too much investigation to realize his son's name are Tyler and Carter. So
Oh.
he's an idiot.
He couldn't change it to like Fred.
And then the jokes came out after that. Why didn't you change it to my Ty Carr? Because, of course, her son's name is Michael, and there's allegations that that's actually his son. It's just, I saw a photo of him today shopping that TMZ posted, and he was buying like a hoodie for his wife. Like, yeah, I'm sure that'll get her to totally forget about all
What are
this.
the odds?
A hoodie.
Yeah.
Go the Kobe route and buy the biggest freaking rock you can find. Okay.
That's next.
Yeah.
So, Duff, what do you think about Wesley Williams? Where are you at with him?
Yeah, let's move on. No. Well, no, to move in that direction quickly.
He's happy to do it.
Very quickly.
Tackles for loss. He's got a bunch of them.
He's got a bunch of those. This guy's only 21 years old.
She's got a big tackle for a loss,
Okay,
too.
hold on now.
I know. I was trying to set you up.
No, it's all good.
Yeah.
But this guy also was a team defensive MVP. He's blocked 5 kicks in his career. So,
yeah, that's like his thing, apparently.
Yeah, no, he's very, very good
Huge
at that. So, I
kick
mean,
block.
I like the fact that they've got multi-purpose value.
Yeah.
He's not just a guy that can affect the quarterback, which we hope he does and does well, setting the edge and so forth, but he also has special teams value, which I know is going to, make Heath Farwell feel good. So I think there's some positives here.
Yeah, Heath's got to love it because if he finds the special teams players that he wants to kind of wrap into this football team, when other guys are going to be moving up maybe into starters roles, that will be ideal. That's for sure.
And I think when you look at the receivers that they added late, the other edge player, Durfee, Parker Hughes is a kid that can run like a flipping deer. I mean, geez, Pete, he ran 4.4, 4.39, whatever. A lot of good choices here for special teams addition.
Yeah, a 6'1" linebacker that can fly.
100 tackles plus in his career. I mean, this past season and leading tackler, very productive player.
Oh, love it. All right, let's say hello to Helmets and Heels.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnik. Nimnik Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnik Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
So Taylor Dahl joins us now a day later. Do they feel better? Do they feel worse? Do they what are fans now saying another 24 hours into this draft class?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've seen both sides of it. I see the people who you calm down a little bit after the initial shock of some of the things.
But what, the age?
Yeah. And then I think there's others that are looking at this and still saying it doesn't totally make sense. You can argue when it comes to the tight end position, but why two? Why not go get a tight end that can both block and catch the ball instead of having to split that between two and go get a bigger need? And I think that's where some of those conversations come out. It's always going to go back to that consensus board and where people were supposed to be drafted. And I mean, one thing to me, I feel like let's talk 5 years, we're either going to be saying James Gladstone is one of the smartest people in the football world, or what the heck was he doing? Because there's a reason that a lot of these grades, and it's different when I think it's 7 to 10 difference, but you're talking about rounds different for some of these picks. And so it'll be interesting to see what some of these look like moving forward, but we'll chat a lot about that. We're also going to look at the division, some of the AFC South drafts and what those look like, what they fixed, because we know for the most part what they needed also from an outside perspective at least, and that's going to be the big thing, is wanting to win this division and win a playoff game. So
get through the South and get back to the postseason. All right, Taylor, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
We will be listening to Helmets and Heels coming up next. Coach Duff and I are going to do both sides of the ball.
Looking forward to it.
One of our social channels. So Duff's going to drop.
Will you have your own playlist too?
I don't know, actually. That's up to Ozzy. I'm going to have to ask him. See whether or not. Duff, you got any song suggestions?
No, I'm all right now. I've got.
He's just staying away.
I'm mute as far as that's concerned.
He's just not saying a word.
Not touching that one.
By the way, so is ESPN, NFL Network. Like, everyone has not touched this story with the 10-foot pole, which is, I think it says a lot about the league. Protect the shield at all times.
Yes.
At all costs.
At all costs. All right, we are done. Big Surf's brought lunch today again. We thank you, my bro.
The best. He's
No
absolutely
problem.
the best. I know. No, you're phenomenal.
Appreciate it.
Good man.
As
best.
always, it doesn't stop with Big Surf's and Wingstop. We are done. For Leon, Maddie, JJ, Joe C, and Coach Duff hanging out with us as well. You got Helmets and Heels coming up.
XL Prime Time, driven by